All right, how's it going? Welcome back to Each One Reach One, everybody. Appreciate you joining me today, Israel. We are here for part four in our portion of our study of Give Me Liberty, Give Me Death, the 613 laws, part four. Let us begin by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahashem Hamashiach Yahushai. All praise is due. Grace, peace, and blessings and salutations to you out there of the elect of the Most High of the Israel, of the Most High of the Israel, the Israel of the Most High. Let's get it together. All right. It's been a long day, but not too long to get this word in. All right. Pardon the slippery introduction, but we're going to go ahead and smoothen things on out. All right. Once again, welcome back, Israel. I love you guys and I appreciate your time. All right. So we ended our last video. Where do we end? We left in Leviticus chapter 23, right? All right. So today, again, Old Testament. But for a second, we're going to jump out of Leviticus, okay? And we're going to go to Old Testament prophet Isaiah. Because we spoke last time, chapter 1, by the way, we spoke in so far, in our readings out of Leviticus concerning the law, right? You've been hearing everything that the Most High has been telling Moses to convey to the people, everything they were supposed to do, that you can hear, you can tell, obviously, is not meant for you right now, right? If you believe that is meant for you, all of that stuff that was told them to do back then that is meant for you right now, then you also have to be of the mindset that the Most High doesn't love you. He doesn't want you, that he's throwing you away. He's tossing you into the fire, right? Like chaff. He's tossing you into the fire like the tares, right? Destruction is meant for you. And there is no salvation for you because there is no plan of salvation under the old covenant. Okay? You have to come to grips with that. You have to admit that. And because so you have to understand that to be a law pusher, to be a law clinger, is to be, married to a covenant of death. You have to understand that there is no kingdom for you. There's no salvation. There is no hope for you. And that the Most High is a liar. All right. That's your stance. And you have to stand on that. He's going to make you stand on that. You're going to live by that. You're going to die by that and be judged by that. So let's get into Isaiah chapter 1 and let's hear again, because we got it already in our study, but let's hear it again. What the Most High has to say again concerning some of these traditions of the law. And you have to reconcile these things. You have to make them make sense. Because if you believe wholeheartedly that everything that's here in the Old Testament, it all stands today, it all applies today, you can't cherry pick. Okay? You can't cherry pick. But also, besides cherry picking, you got to reconcile the contradictions, because there's only contradictions with your understanding. Not if you have the mature understanding of how things are for a time, but if you believe that once something is said, once something is instituted, that it's in place forever, and forever meaning throughout all the ages, you have some mental gymnastics to do. You got to find a way to make it all make sense. All right. So Isaiah chapter 1. Let us begin at verse 11. To what purpose is the multitude of your sacrifices unto me, saith the Lord? Who is this? This is the Father, right? He's talking to the people, right? Well, he's talking through Isaiah, but this is his message to the people. To what purpose is the multitude of your sacrifices unto me? To what purpose is it? To what benefit? Why are you doing it? What is the end game? What is the point of it all? What are you trying to accomplish? I am full, meaning I am tired. I've had enough of the burnt offerings of rams and the fat of fed beasts, and I delight not in the blood of bullocks or of lambs or of he-goats. Are you listening? So before Isaiah, in Leviticus, you heard him giving all these statutes and commandments, right? And these laws, right? You heard him telling all these things. This via Moses, tell the people of Israel to do things this way, roughly paraphrasing. And now you see him here saying, I'm tired of it. I delight not in any of that. I'm done with it. I'm sick of it. Verse 12. When ye come to appear before me, who hath required this at your hand to tread my courts? So he's saying, what makes you think this is necessary, that I require this in order for you guys to make me happy? What makes you think this makes me happy? What makes you think this is pleasing to me? Who hath required this? Meaning he's saying, and what he's trying to tell you is, I haven't required this. I don't require this. I'm done with this. And he's insinuating that I told you this before. That's why he's saying, who hath required this at your hand? You're listening to men. You're not listening to me. I said I'm done. But here you are. You guys are still vainly bringing these oblations, vainly offering up burnt offerings, vainly offering up the rams and the fat of fed beasts and the blood of bucks and lambs and he goats. This is what he's communicating to you. Bring no more vain oblations. Say what again? Bring no more, as in zero, as in stop it. Don't do it. I've had enough. Bring no more. Meaning you did it once before. You used to do it, but it used to be cool. I used to desire this. I used to require this. But now my message to you is bring no more. Stop it. No more vain oblations. Incense is an abomination unto me. So you can stop swinging your little incense around out there on the corner trying to fucking look holy. Incense is an abomination unto me. Now, y'all want to talk about how, the pig is abominable and you don't eat the abominable foods, but yet you guys still want to bring vain oblations. You guys want to continue to bring your incense out and act like, this is a holy act, right? What's the phrase they use? Practicing righteous acts, something of that nature. The new moons and Sabbaths, the calling of assemblies, I cannot away with it. It is iniquity. Even the solemn meeting. Oh, we got to keep the feast day. We got to keep the Day of Atonement. We got to keep the Sabbath. We got to keep this day. We got to keep that day. It's the law. What does the Father say? You worrying about the law of Moses, but fuck what the Father has to say, right? And he's saying this after he gave the law, which means he gave you that. And then he says, I'm done with that. But you're going to say, no, Father, you're just tripping. You don't know what you're saying. You fell and bumped your head. The law of Moses is still in effect, Lord. How you going to tell me? How you going to tell me? You're just the Most High. You're just the one who gave the law. Now you sitting here talking about it's done away with. How I'm going to believe you, man? Are you a Roman? Man, Most High, he a fucking Roman. He done been corrupted by the Romans. The Romans then got to the Father. The Father's part of the boule now. Y'all some fucking idiots, man. Y'all so fucking disrespectful. This is why he go fucking burn y'all up. And this ain't me. I hate to even have to put things in this way, but I have to. He's making me do it. He's using me to show you how fucking stupid you sound, how disrespectful you're coming off to him. He wants you to hear it the way he hears it. And this is how he hears it. This is how it sounds to him. When he says bring no more vain oblations, he means bring no more. That's why you can't do it. Why you think he got rid of? Why you think he He didn't give you a way to continue to do it in this time because he's fucking tired of it. He's done with it. That's why he told you he's done with it. He told you he doesn't want it anymore. And then to make sure that you don't do it, he didn't allow you to do it. He set it up so that when you woke in this time, you weren't able to. That's supposed to be your proof that it's over, that it's done. Not only did he tell you that it's over, that he doesn't want it anymore, he showed you that it's over by making it impossible for you to do it. The new moons and Sabbaths, all the shit you guys keep trying to keep and keep want to press upon other people and say they ain't holy and they're corrupt and everything else for not doing these things that you do. All this vain will worship that he's not happy with, that he's not pleased with. You want everybody else to get involved with your corrupt activity. You fucking heathens, man. You're fucking wicked. There is no righteousness in you. You don't get this. See, this should be common fucking sense, man. Anybody with common sense should hear this and say, oh, damn, it does. He does say right here, and this is the Old Testament, and this is after the law. He's saying, don't do it no more. No more. Don't do it anymore. So I'm going to stop. Nope, y'all can't do that. That's too much like right. That's too much like right. Y'all got too much fucking pride. See, because you are of your father, the devil. That pride is an evil thing. You rather hold on to that pride than to be obedient, than to look bad by saying, because you think that's your own pride thing, and you're going to look bad if you come out and say, you know what, I was wrong. I was wrong, you guys. You know, we shouldn't be doing this. I shouldn't be doing this. I believed I was under the misconception, and see, now I understand better. Through prayer, the Father delivered the truth to me, and now I understand better. So now that I know better, I got to do better. You can't do that. That's too much like right to you. But see, it ain't just that. It's the curse. The Father won't let you. Yahushua won't let you. You rejected him. So now he's rejecting you constantly. He made you dumb. Dumb. Dumb, the fucking dumb. Every last fucking one of you. The dumb and blind, leaders of the dumb and blind. Let's keep it moving. I cannot away with the calling of assemblies, your festivals. That's what he's talking about. Your festivals, your assemblies, your new moon, all these different celebrations, your Sabbaths, all of that. I cannot away with it. It is iniquity. It is what? It is iniquity. It is what? It is iniquity. Even the solemn meeting. Your new moons and your appointed feasts. What does he say, Israel? My soul hateth. Listen. Are you listening to him, or are you listening to men? Are you listening to the Father, or are you listening to your camp brother? Yes, big brother Almighty. For your old heads, y'all get that. Y'all giving y'all camp leaders all this praise, reverence, and honor that belongs to the Father that you should be giving to him. You're listening to these fools like you should be listening to the Father. Treating them like they're almighty instead of the one and only. And you say, we're giving away the Father's glory to another. Imagine that, right? You fucking hypocrites. That's you damn Pharisees. I'm telling you, you're spotted. You're marked. We know you when we see you. We know your fruit. We know who you are. Your new moons and your appointed feasts. Listen, not mine. Your new moons and your appointed feasts. My soul hated. Why does he say that? Because just like the law of Moses, it is no longer his, right? He brought it into it. The same way the law of Moses was no longer the law of Moses, it became the law of the Pharisees, because the Pharisees now sit in the seat of Moses. They became the official interpreters of the law. They co-opted it. It became theirs. And all of these traditions, they're yours. They don't belong to the Father. These are not things that he wants, that he desires, or that he even likes in any sort of way. He said, my soul hateth. They are a trouble unto me. A joy unto me, a trouble unto me. I am weary to bear them. Does this sound like he's happy with all of this shit you guys keep doing? Does it sound that way to you? Here it is in writing. You're reading it. You see it. You hear it. But you're going to disregard it like he didn't say it because it doesn't fit your belief. So you're going to disregard the Father. You're going to disregard his word. You're going to choose your traditions over obedience. Wow. And when you spread forth your hands, when you pray, when you call out and beg to me, I will hide mine eyes from you. Yea, when you make many prayers, I will not hear. Your hands are full of blood. Your hands are full of blood. You're evil and corrupt beasts. And everyone that you teach and prod into having to carry out these traditions, these customs, and to hold on to for their salvation, you're leading them to death. So your hands are full of blood. That's what he's saying to you. You are killing people. You are directly responsible for the death of those around you. Your wives, your children, all your friends, your brothers, your sisters, everybody who you say you got to keep the laws, statutes, and commandments to. Everybody you convince that to be true, and they do it. They die because of you. Their blood is on your hands. Wash you, make you clean. Put away the evil of your doings from before mine eyes. Cease to do evil. All these things are evil to him now. They're evil. Don't you get it? Don't you get it? No, y'all don't get it. Y'all don't get it. If ye be willing and obedient, ye shall eat the good of the land. You are not willing, you are not obedient. You will not eat the good of the land. But if ye refuse and rebel, and you're refusing and you're rebelling, ye shall be devoured with the sword. For the mouth of the Lord, Yahweh, the Father, hath spoken it. Y'all can't dig that. Y'all don't want to hear that. Y'all don't want to hear nothing about that. Y'all don't want to hear what the Father has to say. Y'all just want to continue to follow what men have to say. All right. Again, you've seen it and you've heard it. You've had it read again here to you today. You've had it broken down to you in plain English and a plain layman understanding for you so that you can get this. Because there are some of you out there who are blind that are going to see after this. Even though you've read it before and you've heard it before, it didn't move you. You didn't get it because it wasn't your time. Now it's time for many of you to come out, to awaken out of that hypnosis. It's time now. So shake it off and come on out. Shake it off. Come on out. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on now to Leviticus. Let's get back to Leviticus. I'm going to get Leviticus chapter 24. Leviticus chapter 24. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, see, he keeps starting off, and the Lord spake unto Moses. Yeah, okay. But you said that already. You keep saying that every video. We get it, we get it, we get it. No, you don't got it. Some of you might get it, but there's still plenty other people out there who don't get it yet. They don't got it, right? They need to hear it again and again and again. You have to put it in plain speak for them to understand. You have to put it in a way to make them say, oh, I didn't even think of it like that. Okay, because this is for those people who keep saying, the Most High, the Father said to another, I will not give my glory. I will not give my glory to another. So this Yahweh Shai that y'all keep talking about, there is no Hamashiach because he's still in the Father's glory. It doesn't say that anywhere in the New Testament. Not anywhere does he try to steal the Father's glory. He always pays honor and reverence to the Father. He acknowledges himself as being sent by the Father and behind the Father and given power of the Father. And everything that he's done is with the Father's help. Everything that he has is because the Father gave it to him. He recognizes his position in the hierarchy, in the chain of command. He never tries to to steal the Father's glory. He would never allow anybody to put him on par with our Father. Never, not anybody. So again, that's just the lies and the evil of men. That's what they do. That's their trigger. They beguiling you, Israel. They have been beguiling you for a long time, and they continue on. When will you no longer give them the power to do so? The same way the Father did not give his glory to Moses. He didn't give it to Isaiah. He didn't give it to Jeremiah. He didn't give it to any of the prophets. He did the same thing. This is what he does with his prophets. That's what the purpose of the prophets were, right? To be the Father's vessel, to bring information to the people, to come speak his word, to speak his words that he puts in their mouth. That's what he did with his prophets. So how is it far-fetched for you to believe that Yahweh Shai, another prophet sent by the Father, with the Father's words in his mouth, to lead the people, to teach the people, to give us a new way, to tell us what we should be doing, to correct us in our error? How is it different? See, you can't reason. You can't reason. You're not using reason to justify your position. You just have that evil spirit that won't allow you to see the truth or speak the truth. You're holding on to lies. You have made a covenant with death. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, command the children of Israel that they bring unto thee. Unto who? Unto thee. Who is thee? Moses. Pure olive oil, beaten for the light, to cause the lamps to burn continually. He's talking to Moses. This is for them back then in this time. In this time, we don't use lamps that require oil to burn continuously. Why would he be talking to you right now, Israel? Why would this be for you, Israel, right now? Why? Don't you understand timelines, that not everything applies throughout all time? This is another instance for you to recognize and understand. He's talking to Moses to deliver this information to the people of Israel at that time, telling them to do something that they can only do in that time. You cannot do it right now in this time. So you're supposed to know it's not for you, because it's impossible for you to do. Without the veil of the testimony, what? The veil of the testimony in the tabernacle of the congregation, shall Aaron order it from the evening until the morning before the Lord continually. It shall be a statute forever in your generations. Listen, he says forever in your generations, right? Right. So what's supposed to happen forever in the generations to these people he's talking to? Without the veil of the testimony, in the tabernacle of the congregation, in the tabernacle of the congregation, shall Aaron order it from the evening until the morning before the Lord continually. Where's Aaron? Is he here now? Where is he? He might be regenerated right now. He might be here right now, but he's not here in his status as a priest. Where's the tabernacle of the congregation, where he's able to go before the Lord? So this all for the statutes forever in your generations does not apply to you right now. Forever had an expiration date on it. See, you guys believe that forever means eternity. That's what you've been taught. Your understanding in this English language leads you to have misconceptions of reality. See, you interpret things in the Bible wrong, incorrectly, because of your understanding, because you think like the heathens do. You speak like the heathens do. You have their language. You have their understanding that they gave you, and you're trying to apply that to ancient commands, ancient things, right? Because you're not reading it in the ancient language. You're not translating it. You're not getting to the bottom of things to figure out what the meaning of words are. You're not doing that. You're just reading everything in the English language, applying the Newspeak, applying the understanding that you have in this time period, in this language, and you're running with that. It doesn't even dawn on you that maybe you should go and try to figure out what these words meant in the time when they were used. What exact words and phrases were used in the Hebrew? And then outside of that, if you just take this English, you're not even taking the time to understand this properly. You know, you guys are running around here talking about how, so look at them saying, you don't even consider heavenly things. You're talking about how, King James this, King James that. Why do we need to listen to King James? He corrupted the book. He was gay. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't one of our people. He was this and that and the other. Why should we listen to what's in this book? Look what he did, and he's trying to fool us. Do you know exactly what King James did? Do you understand what he did? Do you understand why he did it? Do you not understand that everything is of the Most High and that the Most High was responsible for this King James version of the Bible? And have you ever taken the time to try to understand why it even exists? Have this dawned on you? Have you ever thought about it? Have you ever considered why did King James have the Bible translated out of the Hebrew into this language and out of the Greek into English? Why? Did he do this to corrupt us? Why did he do this? I'm going to tell you why, because I know you never pondered this before. All you gainsayers out there who want to constantly throw rocks at King James for this, that, and the other reason, but you wouldn't even understand that you're fucking Israel right now if it wasn't for King James. Well, in part, I should say. I'm not going to give all the credit to King James because it's not, but it's all through the Father. It's his work. The same way he put the Spirit on the brothers, you know what I'm saying? A few decades back to awaken and start pushing his word and waking up the people. That's how the Most High operates, right? So you get that, right? But you don't understand how the Father might have, put the Spirit on the writers of the entire book, the Old and New Testament, right? You can't understand how all of those epistles and everybody who wrote them, that the Father couldn't put the Spirit on them to write this stuff, right? That doesn't make sense to you. That can't make sense to you that the Most High put the Spirit on King James to have the book translated and put into English. Why? Here's the answer to the mystery, fucking ding dongs, because he knew his people were gonna be taken into captivity by the Japhites, by the people whose language we spoke, the strange language we didn't understand, not Esau, because Esau was our brothers, right? We understood their language. They were fucking Hebrew. We understood them. The Edomites, Esau, real Esau, sold us into slavery to the Greeks, to the Grecians, to the Japhites, to the white man. That's what happened. And we wouldn't understand their language. The Father knew this. So in order to give us the book, give us his writing back, to give us our heritage and history, he had King James translated into the language of our oppressors so that we would understand his words. Otherwise, it would have been forever lost to us. Dumbasses. If it was never put into the English, if King James never did what he did and had his word put into English, how many of you, how many of us right now would be awakened? How many of us ever would have came into the book? How would we have ever known the history? How would we have known any of this? We wouldn't have. It would have been in the language we don't understand. It'd have been somewhere where we wouldn't have been thinking about it. We would have been in full scale heathenry. But see, the Most High is more genius and calculating than you understand, and he does everything. Everything is his doing. See, us, of his children, his real children, we give him all the credit. We give him all the glory. We recognize that everything is by his hand. Everything is part of his plan. It is his will. It is not the will of Flavius Josephus, not the will of the Romans, not the will of King James, or whoever the fuck else you want to conjure up. But you guys can't even think like this. This is too much fucking sense for you dumbasses with that dumb spirit to even attain to. You can't aspire to this level of understanding. He won't let you. And if you're coming out of that thinking, whoo, you better kiss the ground and send your prayers up high every single day. Every single day. Because he's awakened you. He's pulled you out, or he's pulling you out because you belong to him. You're starting to wake up. You're starting to hear his voice again. This truth is starting to resonate with you. It's beginning to make sense. That old way of thinking is starting to sound fucking stupid. Trust me, I know. I was there. I was once one of you. And by the grace of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, I am no longer in the congregation of the dead. You see what I'm saying? So that's my point here, is that you can start off in the congregation of the dead and come out. He has everybody scheduled to awaken in certain time periods. He has a schedule, and his will be done. Everybody doesn't wake up at the same time. We awaken at different times. And once we awaken, we turn around, we start shouting this word and this truth to our other brethren, hoping to do the same for them that was done for us, to bring us out of the stupidity that we were all once under to some degree. All right, but I've been out of the scriptures long enough on a tangent, just trying to reason with you, with your spirits, for those of you who can be reached. All right, because sometimes, the scriptures ain't enough. Sometimes you need your brothers to just kick it to you, just kick the shit to you, like real, with no fluff, no bullshit, just talk real shit, man to man, man to woman. For my sisters out there, I hope you hear me, but let's continue. Verse 4, he shall order the lamps upon the pure candlestick before the Lord continually. Again, you can't do that anymore. No longer applicable in this time. And thou shalt take fine flour and bake 12 cakes thereof. 2 tenth deals shall be in one cake. And thou shalt set them in 2 rows, 6 on a row, upon the pure table before the Lord. Are you able to do this? Who, where, when, how is it happening? And thou, remember, it's who he's talking to. He's not talking to you. This is to who he's speaking to. And thou, Moses, shalt put pure frankincense upon each row, that it may be on the bread for a memorial, even an offering made by fire unto the Lord. Again, something you can't do and something you don't do. Every Sabbath he shall set it in order before the Lord continually, being taken from the children of Israel by an everlasting covenant. And it shall be Aaron's and his sons, and it shall be Aaron's and his sons, and they shall eat it in the holy place. Where's the holy place? Where is Aaron and his sons? This everlasting covenant was for them. Everlasting doesn't mean forever, throughout all the ages. See, that's what I'm saying. You're using this new speak, because if it did mean that, we would still have to do this right now, and he would have provided us a way. That's how, if you don't want to believe me saying that this everlasting covenant doesn't apply to us, believe what you see. Don't believe me. Believe what you see. Did the Father provide you a way to do this stuff? No. That means it's fucking out the window, because if he wanted it, if he desired it or required it, you think he doesn't know how to get his way? You think if he wants you giving sacrifices, you think he didn't know how to make sure that you were able to do it right now in this time? You don't understand that if the Father required it, if he desired it, he would make it possible for you to do so. You don't understand this? You think he wants you to do all of this stuff, but didn't give you a way to do it, couldn't give you a way to do it, forgot to give you a way to do it, or gave you a way to do it, but then the fucking genius ass multi-dimensional chess playing Romans came along and thwarted his plan, put his plan to shame, got us all sinning by taking away all the stuff that he put in place for us to carry out his laws, statutes, and commandments, and he couldn't do shit about it. He got trumped by the heathens, says you. Fucking wow, Cephas. Wow. Wow. For it is most holy unto him of the offerings of the Lord made by fire, by a perpetual statute. Again, perpetual. So if this perpetual applied to us, if the Most High changed not, that means because it says perpetual, that it will be applied to us right now. And if it applied to us right now, he would give us a way. He would give us a way. He would make sure we had everything in place that we need in order for the fulfilling of all these statutes. Don't you get it? And the son of an Israelitish woman, whose father was an Egyptian, went out among the children of Israel. And this son of the Israelitish woman and the man of Israel strove together in the camp. Listen. Inside the camp, there's an Israelite woman who was with a man that wasn't an Israelite. Right? An Israelite woman. And because the son and her son, who was the son whose father was an Egyptian, not an Israelite, went out among the children of Israel. And this son of the Israelitish woman and the man of Israel strove together in the camp. I just wanted to put that out there, you know what I'm saying, for those of you to understand that, you know, even our women back then, because our women like to say the man was always this, your man was always going after these other women and so, and because they like to paint the women as being holier than thou, and women are never sinning, never doing anything wrong, the women never having sexual immorality or stepping out on the Israelite man and doing this. That's a fucking lie. But that's not the point of this discussion, so I'm gonna keep it moving. I just wanted to point that out real quick. And the Israelitish woman's son blasphemed the name of the Lord. Of course he did, because his father wasn't an Israelite. She didn't have control over shit. The father does. His father was not an Israelite. He didn't believe in our power. He had his own. Right? This is why it's worse for our women to be with heathen men, for men that are non-Israelites, than it is for Israelite men to be with women that are non-Israelites. That's why it's worse. It is a difference, ladies. It is a difference. It's much worse for you than it is for us. Just like it's worse for you to be whores than for us to be man whores. It's a difference. It's definitely a difference. You cannot like the double standard all you want. You have double standards that work in your favor, and we have some that are in ours. It's definitely, there's levels to fuckery. There's levels to stupidity. There's levels to evil. There's levels to wrongdoing. Right? Just like there's levels to all the positive counterparts of those things. But let us continue. And they brought him unto Moses, and his mother's name was Shalamoth. That, whatever, y'all see it. The daughter of Dibri of the tribe of Dan. And they put him in ward, that the mind of the Lord might be showed them. And the Lord, Yahweh, spake unto Moses, saying, bring forth him that hath cursed without the camp, and let all that heard him lay their hands upon his head, and let all the congregation stone him. See, here's another opportunity for you guys. Now, if everything that's in here applies to you today, how many people have you stoned that blaspheme the name of the Lord? You see him do it all the time. I've seen a lot of these dudes do it in your faces out there on those corners. I ain't seen y'all stone not one person. I ain't seen y'all lay hands on not one heathen, on not one evil, wicked motherfucker. I ain't seen it yet. Not for blaspheming the Father. Now I've seen a heated confrontation between some of the dudes out there in the corners and some of these heathens, but that was due to personal disrespect. And the heathens getting handsy and putting their hands on the brothers out there, and the brothers have to put their hands back on them. But I ain't never seen no Israelite brothers out there on them corners put their hands on anybody who blasphemed the name of the Lord, who said fuck your God. I've seen them do it. I've seen these heathens do it right in their faces, and they just, you're wicked, wag their finger. You know, talk to them in that soft ass beta male tone, but don't do shit. Ain't moved a pebble, let alone a stone. But you say everything applies throughout all time. Why you ain't carrying around fucking stones in your pocket round the clock so that you can do your duty under the law to put people to death that's supposed to be put to death? How come you aren't doing it? How come you're picking and choosing which things that you carry out and which things you leave alone? Is it because you're scared of the laws of this land more than the laws that you believe are the laws of the Father that are in place? Who do you fear more? Oh, look like you fear the heathen more. Look like you respect the heathen more than you respect the Father. That's what you're saying. That's what your actions are saying. See, because if you're gonna live by the law, you're gonna be judged by the law. If you say the laws, statutes, and commandments are still in place, you got to do all of it, man. You got to do all of it. And if you ain't out here putting witches to death, killing people who's blaspheming, killing adulterers and adulteresses, killing folks who are laying down with their like gender, then you're in trouble. According to your own belief, you're convicted. You're convicted by your own belief system, by your own doctrine. Verse 15, and thou shalt speak unto the children of Israel, saying, whosoever curseth his power shall bear his sin. And he that blasphemeth the name of Yahweh, he shall surely be put to death. He shall surely be put to death. How many people have you surely put to death? None. Okay, let's keep going. And all the congregation shall certainly stone him, as well the stranger, as he that is born in the land, when he blasphemeth the name of Yahweh, shall be put. When he blasphemeth the name of Yahweh, shall be put to death. Verse 17, and he that killeth any man shall surely be put to death. And he that killeth a beast shall make it good, beast for beast. And if a man cause a blemish in his neighbor, as he hath done, so shall it be done to him. Breach for breach, eye for an eye, tooth for tooth. As he hath caused a blemish in a man, so shall it be done to him again. And he that killeth the beast, he shall restore it. And he that killeth the man, he shall be put to death. How many people, murderers, have you put to death? A lot of you got murderers in your own family, brothers and fathers and aunts and uncles and cousins and sisters and so forth. How many of them you just couldn't wait for them to get out of jail? And as soon as you saw them get out of jail, boy, you showed up promptly, like the law pushers of old, right on the spot. Presto, here I am, pocket full of stones, like a true corner boy, pocket full of stones, getting your real corner boy on, ready to put his ass to death at his home welcoming party. Yeah, not a single one of you. No, you probably turned up a cup of some liquor with him back in your heathen days. You know what I'm saying? Before you came into the truth, you was lighting that blunt, right? Probably slid him a few dollars, put in his pocket. Welcome home, Ock. You ain't stoned him though. You fucking hypocrite. You fucking liar. Ye shall have one manner of law as well for the stranger, as for one of your own country. for I am the Lord, Yahweh, your power. And Moses spake to the children of Israel, that they should bring forth him that had cursed out of the camp, and stone him with stones. And the children of Israel did as the Lord commanded Moses. Nothing more really to add to that. Pretty straightforward. Let's get Leviticus 25 and 35. There's a morsel here for us to chew on. And if thy brother be waxen poor and fallen in decay with thee, then thou shalt relieve him, yea, though he be a stranger or a sojourner, that he may live with thee. What is that saying? What is that saying? Basically saying if you got a brother who's falling on hard times, boy, and he's destitute and he's broke, you should invite him to come live with you. Let's make sure I'm not fucking up this translation. Let's get it in the NLT, in the plain language, plain English. Let's see. If one of your fellow Israelites falls into poverty and cannot support himself, support him as you would a foreigner or a temporary resident, and allow him to live with you. Yeah, I got it. I had different wording, but same sentiment. How many of you have done this? How many of you do this? How many of you recognize your fellow Israelites and those fellow Israelites that are in poverty and can't support themselves? How many of you go out and invite them to live with you in your home and you take care of them? How many of you do this? This is a commandment, right? This is something you're told to do, right? How many of you have done this? Come on, don't lie. And see, I know you guys are fucking filthy fucking liars, boy, and hypocrites and pieces of shit. You pick and choose. See, this don't fit you. You can't rock with this. I cannot get jiggy with this shit. You look like the player hater that sold me this shit. Yeah, that's what y'all turn into Michael Blackson real fast when it comes to shit like this. I cannot get jiggy with this shit. I've seen on the comment boards, in the Facebook groups, I've seen a brother one time. He posted in a group. He said, "Man, I'm falling on hard times, y'all. I'm struggling out here. I'm scared. I don't know what to do. I lost my job. I ain't got no money. I ain't got no unemployment. I ain't got nobody. I ain't got nobody. None of my peoples fuck with me. I don't got nobody. I got nowhere to go. Nowhere to go. Nowhere to go. I need help. Can anybody let me come and stay with them for a short time until I get back on my feet? And I promise I'll pay you back when I'm on my feet for your kindness to me." In a busy group, oh, the group be popping. It's busy. Post all day long, comments all day long on all the posts. He got one like, no comments on that motherfucker. Still to this day. I checked up on it again before I did this message, just to see. Still to this day. And that was a month ago when I saw that shit. That shit still has that same fucking one like and no comments on it. Not a single person in that busy fucking group came to his aid. Now I know you want to say, well, how you know that? How you know somebody ain't just slipping his DMs, man, because they didn't want to. Man, please. Man, please. Even if they did that, they still would hit the like button, even if they didn't leave no comments saying, yeah, I got you. Somebody would still hit the like button and then slid on the DMs and say, look, bro, slid right in his messages. Look, what you need, man. What you need. How can I help you? Maybe I can't let you come stay with me, but I can slide you a few dollars, man, to help you get a hotel room, a motel room, or something on the cheapie. Not even that. None of that. I can send you $2.99 so you can get yourself a burger so you can have lunch today. That's all I can do for you. I can't really do much else, but I can do that. I ain't see that shit. You know that shit didn't happen. You know that shouldn't happen because there ain't no real brotherly love amongst the law pushers. It's just a lot of fucking arguing. That I see all day long. All the posts where people get to argue over scripture and argue over belief systems and understandings. Oh, that's popping all the day long. Oh, but one of your brethren have fallen to a low estate, needed help. Not a single person threw him a lifeline. Group full of fucking law pushers. And I'm like, See, if you was one of the Law and Liberty brothers, I'd have reached out and tried to help you out the best way I can. I got a full house. I can't let you come stay here. But if you one of my Law and Liberty brothers, see, I can do something for you. I can do a little something for you. Let me try to help you out a little bit. Every little bit that you can do for your brothers and help. Maybe you can't let them stay, but maybe you can send them something so he can eat. And maybe he can work on his place to stay, but he ain't gonna be worrying about how you go eat. Maybe you can put him up in a hotel room for a night or two or a week or whatever. If that's what you can do, that's what you can do. See, because not all Israel are of Israel. And the 2/3 are not my brethren in this time. They are enemies for the gospel's sake. They are enemies of Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. So withhold thy bread, he said, to you heathen ass motherfuckers, to you wicked Israelites. Withhold thy bread. Don't give him shit. Don't help him. Because if he's struggling out there, it's me doing it. Don't come helping him while I'm punishing him. See, it's the Most High's doing. And he, proved once again that they're fucking hypocrites. No love. None. You feel me? That's the gist of that. I want to briefly, let's get out of here real quick. Let's jump over to Proverbs 24. This is not really for the sake of talking about the law. This is just for strengthening my ox and aquath out there in wisdom. Okay. Proverbs 24:1. Be not thou envious against evil men, neither desire to be with them. Do not be envious of these evil men, Israel, because you're going to see them and you're going to be tempted. You know what I'm saying? That little green-eyed monster, he's going to start tap dancing in your area because you're going to look at them. You might be having a hard time, or you might not be having as much as you would like or as much as you feel like you need. And you're watching them just have everything they want. It look like everything is going their way, right? It looks like they're hitting jackpot on the slot. Every time they pull that lever, they cashing out, right? Look like they can't lose. Don't be tempted into envy, all right? Neither desire to be with them. Don't desire to be with them. Separate from them. Depart from them. This ain't just something I say. This is something I have to practice myself. I find myself every so often on Facebook, trying to check in, see what my family's doing, because, my family is like most families these days. We only keep track of each other on Facebook. Nobody picks up a phone and calls each other anymore. If I want to see how my family's doing, I got to jump on Facebook. And for the most part, that's all I do, just to take a peek at their lives, because I'm separated from most of my family, y'all. This is how it is. The 1/3 gets separated from the 2/3. Most of my family are 2/3 for sure. And I'm separated from them. The Father has separated me from them. I love them, but I love them from a distance. I can't really fuck with them. See what I'm saying? I love them. I love in my heart. I love them, but I don't make any effort to consort with them. I don't make any effort to try to hang with them, to try to talk with them. I don't. I just, I peek in on them to see how they doing. Like a weirdo, right? Just peeking. And then I jump out of there. Oh, okay, you all right, sis. Oh, okay, bro, you doing cool. All right, cousin, you straight. Oh, okay, moms, I see you. Okay, pops, I see you. Okay, and I'm out of there. I'm out of there. It's a separation, even amongst our family members, your closest. So you can't be scared to separate from these law pushers. You can't be scared to separate from your own family. Again, not all Israel is of Israel, okay? The Father, he will separate you. If you belong to him, he will pull you away from the herd. He will pull you away from those wicked Israelites, and that's what he's done to me. I find myself on the island over here with me and my family. It's us, not having much of anything to do with the rest of my big ass fucking family, and we ain't far from them. You dig what I'm saying? So I'm walking it like I talk it. But continuing on, verse 2. For their heart studieth the destruction, and their lips talk of mischief. That's what they do. Their heart studieth the destruction. They study the law of Moses all day long. They study, you know what I'm saying, these things that profit them not, that gives them no salvation. That's destruction. They study. Not hard. They don't get edified properly because they're not being led to edification, like I said, because the Most High won't let them. So in their studying, he won't let them see what he's really communicating to them. So they're studying destruction. It's their heart they're doing, because it's the desire of their heart to hold on to that law, and he lets them have it. He won't bring them out because he knows, because nothing new under the sun. We are all regenerated. He remembers you. You were a law pusher back then. You were a law clinger back then. He brings you into this time, and he lets you do it now. He won't let you come out. He lets you be stuck with that same old ass ancient mindset, that same old destructive teaching, understanding that you once had, and their lips talk of mischief. Oh, they disrespect Hamashiach Yahushua all day long, not knowing that by doing so, they're disrespecting the Father. Again, they just can't put it together that this is the Father's doing, that this is the Father's will being done, that this is the Father's prophet, this is his son, that he was sent by the Father. They can't see it because for some reason, like, they just forget the entire Old Testament and how the Father always sent us prophets. He always sent somebody to be his go-between. He always put his words in somebody's mouth and sent them before the people. They conveniently forget when it comes to the New Testament. Verse 3, through wisdom is a house builded, and by understanding it is established. Through wisdom is a house builded, right? So they're out there just vainly stacking bricks, and they got bricks aplenty, but they're not building. It's not equated to a house. They just got a wall. That's what they built. They built a wall between them and the elect. While we've been building a house, they've been building a wall. So they did a good job of separating themselves from us, but they didn't do shit to protect them from the storm, because they have no understanding. With no understanding, you can't establish a house. All you can do is just stack bricks. You have no understanding of how to build a house. And by knowledge shall the chambers be filled with all precious and pleasant riches. A wise man is strong, yea, a man of knowledge increaseth strength. For by wise counsel thou shalt make thy war, and in multitude of counselors there is safety. Wisdom is too high for a fool. It is out of a fool's reach. They can't attain to it. They can't reach it. They can't get it. It is too high for a fool. Fools can't jump that high. Fools can't jump. Wesley Snipes need to come back and do that movie. He opened not his mouth in the gate. He that deviseth to do evil shall be called a mischievous person. The thought of foolishness is sin, and the scorner is an abomination to men. If thou faint in the day of adversity, thy strength is small. And that's what's going to happen to these law pushers. They're going to faint in the day of adversity because they don't have faith. And that's where strength comes from. Strength comes from faith. And they don't have faith. They have hope. So in the day of adversity, oh, they're going to faint and they're going to give in to the heathens, to their order. If thou forbear to deliver them that are drawn unto death, and those that are ready to be slain, if thou sayest, behold, we knew it not, doth not he that pondereth the heart consider it? And he that keepeth thy soul, doth not he know it? And shall not he render to every man according to his works? So y'all don't believe this. This is the Old Testament, but y'all don't believe this because y'all don't believe that everything is the Most High's doing. Y'all don't get it. Y'all think people are out here running around just doing their own shit. See, y'all call us Christians for believing in liberty and grace. But meanwhile, you guys have the most in common with Christianity, with the Christians. You feel me? And shall not he render to every man according to his works. Y'all don't believe that the Father is responsible. Y'all don't believe that he is all powerful, that it's him that's behind everything. Y'all believe that there's Satan out here just running around rogue, doing his own shit, opposing the Father. He's at war with the Father. See, they're just like the Christians. Y'all believe Satan can war with the Father. Y'all believe that he is warring with the Father. Y'all don't understand that Satan himself is a servant of the Father also. He's a worker of left-handed activity. Yahushua is the head of right-handed activity. And Satan is the Lord of left-handed activity. Because the Most High is balanced. Right? He has angels that are out there with righteous dealings, with righteous agendas that they gotta execute. And then he have wicked ones, or those that are responsible for wickedness, I should say. They have jobs. Everyone has a job to do, and they do their job. No one, not Satan, not any of his angels, no one are warring with the Father, are being disobedient and going rogue and just doing their own shit. It's all the Father's will. His will is being done. You better believe that. Y'all don't give him credit. My son, eat thou honey because it is good, and the honeycomb, which is sweet to thy taste. Enjoy liberty, man. Don't be scared to enjoy things in this life. See, these law pushers try to make you believe that you're supposed to be out here beating yourself, whipping yourself, afflicting yourself. Nah, the Father's going to afflict you himself. He's going to afflict you with hard times and the things that he want to afflict you with. You ain't supposed to afflict yourself. So shall the knowledge of wisdom be unto thy soul. When thou hast found it, then there shall be a reward. There is a reward when you find wisdom. See, you find out the truth, and there's a reward that comes with it. When you don't find wisdom, you're stuck in the darkness, clinging to the law, clinging to the law of bondage and death. And thy expectation shall not be cut off. Lay not wait, O wicked man, against the dwelling of the righteous. Spoil not his resting place. For a just man falleth 7 times and riseth up again, but the wicked shall fall into mischief. Rejoice not when thine enemy falleth, and let not thine heart be glad when he stumbleth, lest the Lord see it, and it displease him, and he turn away his wrath from him. Fret not thyself because of evil men, neither be thou envious at the wicked. Fret not thyself because of evil men, neither be thou envious at the wicked. Let them alone, depart from them, separate. Do not envy them, because you don't want their end. You don't want the end that's written for them. So I wouldn't want to be included with them if I were you. I wouldn't want to be standing anywhere near him when the Most High decides to strike them and give them what they deserve. For there shall be no reward to the evil man. The candle of the wicked shall be put out. That's why they're walking around in darkness. Their candles have been put out. So they're walking around in darkness so that they can die. That's what he did. That's what the Father did to them. He got them walking around trying to cling to a law that cannot save them, trying to hold on to something that does not give them salvation. They're holding an anchor, trying to swim. Instead of letting the anchor go, they're holding on to it and wondering why they're drowning. Lord, please help me. All they got to do is let go of the law, and they can't do it. They can't. So they just go keep drowning. Verse 21, my son, fear thou the Lord and the king, and meddle not with them that are given to change. For their calamity shall rise suddenly, and who knoweth the ruin of them both? These things also belong to the wise. It is not good to have respect of persons in judgment. Do not be a respecter of persons, not in any matter, especially not in judgment. All right? Do not have respect for these people because of all the work that you think they've done and all the videos that they've gotten, all the times you've been entertained by their antics out there on the corners and out there in the streets. Don't be a respecter of them. Their judgment is upon them. It is coming. Do not sympathize for them or empathize with them. All right? You better stand on the side of right or be part of the barbecue. He that saith unto the wicked, thou art righteous, him shall the people curse. Nations shall abhor him. If you're sitting around yelling, go on, all praise Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai, man. You know, thanks for you, you out there putting that work, you doing that good work, When you send unto these law pushers, you're egging them on and amping them up. You know what I'm saying, for what they're doing out there. You're calling them righteous. They're wicked, but you're calling them righteous because you believe they're doing righteous work. Don't do it. But to them that rebuke him shall be delight, and the good blessing shall come upon them. You see where I'm at right now, what I'm doing, why I'm doing what I'm doing? I'm rebuking them. In the name of Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, I rebuke them. They shall all burn. You law pushers, you gonna die. You gonna die. Every man shall kiss his lips that giveth the right answer. Prepare thy work without, and make it fit for thyself in the field. And afterwards, build thine house. Get your shit together. Get your shit together. Get yourself in order. And then afterwards, build your house. Not the other way around. Because you try to build your house before you get your shit together, before you get right with the Father, before you get prepared out there and get his blessing, everything you try to do is going to fail. It's going to come to naught. Be not a witness against thy neighbor without a cause, and deceive not with thy lips. Law pushers can't help it. They're just natural liars, like their father, the devil. They can't help it. Say not, I will do so to him as he hath done to me. I will render to the man according to his work. I went by the field of the slothful, and by the vineyard of the man void of understanding. And lo, it was all grown over with thorns, and nettles had covered the face thereof, and the stone wall thereof was broken down. And it's like that as well. When I go by and see the lazy in spirit, the lazy studiers of the word, and I see where they are now from where they were a short while ago, I see the deterioration of their situation, of their circumstances. Just like a field that's been grown over with thorns and nettles, instead of a kept garden, instead of a well-kept field that's producing a great harvest. Then I saw and considered it well, as I did. I looked upon it and received instruction. You're supposed to learn from what you see other people go through, right? You shouldn't always have to touch the fire to know it's hot. If you see somebody else put their hands on the iron and they get burned, you're supposed to say, ooh, don't do that. Notes taken. You're not supposed to say, let me see if the same thing happened when I touch it. No, consider it well. When you see, consider it well. When you look upon it and receive instruction, look around, notice those people who are being judged, who are getting judged, not chastised. Chastisement and judgment are two different things. Chastisement are for his children. Judgment is for everybody else. We've had our judgment already. Yet a little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of the hands to sleep, so shall thy poverty come as one that travaileth, and thy want as an armed man. Don't be lazy in this walk. All right? Don't be spiritually lazy. You got to study to show thyself approved, and each one reach one. Okay? You are your brother's keeper. Remember that. You are your brother's keeper. All right, that's going to do it today, Israel. That's a wrap for Give Me Liberty or Give Me Death. 613 laws. See the question marks when I say that. Part 4. It's in the books. Let us give all praise, honor, and glory to our Heavenly Father, Yahweh, in the name of his blessed Son, our Lord, Savior, Master, and Redeemer, Yahweh Shai, to whom we would all be dead if not for him being sent by the Father, if not for him being a willing sacrifice, as Isaac was. All right? Thank you guys for joining me. I pray to the Most High that you are all edified today and that he provides the increase to these seeds I planted. I'll see you guys very soon on the next one. Walk in your liberty, Yasharala. I love you guys. Shalom.